everybody. Hello, chat. Hello, welcome. I see Millie and I see Sarah and Janice and Rhonda Moon. It's almost 4:20. I know I'm waiting for the live to start. It started. Hello. And yes, this may be very triggering for some. So just know that it is not meant for the little ones out there. So if you do have the little ones, and they have the headphones on, just remember they can be tricky, slicky, and try to be nosy, rosy. I was a little kid once too, so I know. So this can be very triggering, what we're going to talk about today, and just know that. So I don't feel it's for anybody under 18. So just make sure that you do know that. And also, I see, who else do I see in here? I see Rhonda and Crafty Meemaw. Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Wait, what? I'll swear till the day I die, y'all come in here with them cool names to make me sing y'all a little something here. Got to smile before we go in here and cry. Hey, nobody special. And Susan, hello. Yep, hit them thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. DNA, hello. Oh, you said, I apologize for commenting on your post yesterday. I relayed information from another podcast, and that's what I was told. Honey, you are fine. You are fine. You comment away, and everything is fine and dandy. Yeah. Lisa, hello. Welcome. And Sarah's Closet is back, and y'all go sub up to Sarah's Closet. Please go sub up. And she has a new channel. She's our mod, Sarah over here, and please go sub up to her. And she was wanting to share some new things to she was wanting to get where she could share some things, and I think she needs 50 subscribers. I don't know how far you're along right now, Sarah, but anyway, go sub up. It shouldn't be too hard to get her 50 people, right? Because she does some good things. Hey, Tay's mom, Steph, Eva, hello. Feel the love, hello. Aurora, hey, Mag 50, hello, Paula, hello, everybody. I'm so happy you're here with me today. Sue, Victoria, LG, everybody coming in. Miss Ann, and everybody, please, I want everybody to say a special prayer for Miss Ann. We love Miss Ann over here. She's going through some difficult medical things right now. So please say some good prayers for her still. Her dates are getting closer for her surgery, and she is terrified, and we don't want that. We definitely don't. We want her to know she has all the support over here and from us. So please, just put her some praying hands in there. Can you drop us a link, please? Oh, yeah, Sarah, drop a link. Drop a link for them to your channel. Drop a link to your channel, Sarah, to Sarah's Closet, so they can go sub to you, okay? And y'all go sub, because surely she can get 50 and above, so she can get out some good things, because y'all know with YouTube, it comes with so many for the community posts, so many for the sharing and so on and so on. So she's got some good things. So y'all click on that and go sub to her, and I think you'll like it. She's a real sweet person, real sweet. Hey, Rose Reed, thank you all for your prayers for Miss Ann. Absolutely. Yeah, y'all probably saw my card deck on there. One of my favorite sayings is of Randy Pouch. If y'all don't know who he is, Lord have mercy, then you just got to go do some digging. He passed away, and he was a professor, and it's just he wrote a book, and he did lots of things. He was a very smart man, let me just tell you that. And he has all these little sayings and all this stuff. He wrote this book called The Last Lecture, and I have read that book so many times, And he has these little sayings in there, and that is one of his sayings. It is, we cannot change the cards we're dealt, but it is how that we play the hand. And that is so true. And in this right here, it may fit, it may not. I don't know. But I was just thinking, to me, if we want to make a change in life, life sucks. Life sucks. What we're fixing to hear, a lot of people don't know how evil this world is, and it is so evil. It is so evil. It will make you cringe every time. But we can't make anything change. Nobody, these kids cannot help the cards they are dealt or the parents that they are given. They do not get to choose, right? What are we going to do about it? I don't know if there's anything I or you can do about it. I don't know. However, I know one thing. You got to do your due diligence, right? You got to do your due diligence. You got to see something. You got to say something. You got to try. You got to choose. That's what you got to do. You got to choose what you're going to do and be a part of. Are you going to be a part of this over here bullshit and not do nothing and yum, 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 drag people all the time? Or are you going to choose to start standing up, trying to change laws, trying to do something for these kids and do what's right? Nothing gets done if you don't make a movement, right? I'm just saying, nothing gets done. If you hadn't checked out that book, I mean, it's eons old. Go check it out. Go check it out. Very smart man. Very smart man. And he lets you know what is you think is important in life. It's not important. He kills me. No pun intended. Get a brand new car. So what? Let your kids open up a Coke and pour that fricker out in the car. So what? Who cares? He died of cancer, by the way. But I still feel, I have always felt ever since I read that book, I just wished I had the money to go. And I have bought it for people who didn't have it. Here, read this book. I have. One of my very best friends in Nashville, we were friends for years and years and years, got cancer and died. I want everybody to read this book, whether they have cancer or not. To me, it just meant something. He was a smart man. That's all I can tell you. Smart man. But I saw that a while ago, and I'm like, I got to put that on there. It just means something to me. It may not to y'all, but it means something to me. But anyway, unfortunately, some of y'all's probably already heard this story. This just happened a few days ago. And I want you to know it's going to be triggering. And I want you to know that it's awful. And I want you to know that these things happen. But they said this is the worst case of child abuse. And I know they say that probably on every case and everything. But there was a press conference. We'll watch that. We'll get to all that. And they said that. And then the news says it's unfathomable. They were using so many things, so many words. It's undescribable. And as I listen to it, I'm just thinking, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then I was seeing it the other day, but I didn't really sit down and look at it. But I was seeing it again today by somebody else. And I'm like, I'm going to look at it. I'm going to look at it. And I pulled this all together in, the last couple of hours. And I just couldn't fathom this. So I'm bringing it to you. Again, please don't allow your children to hear it. Please, it will scar them for life. I'm sure it scarred the doctors and everything for life. This is about, if you've heard about it, it's about the little boy in Michigan. Have y'all heard about this one? The worst child abuse case ever. How many of you's heard about it? His name is Giovanni Jennings. Giovanni was 6 years old. 6 years old. 6 years old. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to watch the press conference. We're going to watch the video. And I want to play this one of his. Let's play this one of his grandmother first. Because she's lying. I'm going to call her out as such. She's lying. This may not be in order, but this is what I want you to hear first. And we're going to hear it on my phone. Okay, we're going to do this one first. This is after the fact.
You pick me up.
No, I don't want all that. Where did you go? Hold on. Accept. Accept. No, I want the. Okay, I'm on the wrong thing. Sorry, as usual. Okay. Hold on. All right, we got to get past this commercial. Commercial, always a commercial. Okay. All right. This woman is lying. She's lying.
How was he being punished?
I was told that he was put in the corner.
Why was this child being punished?
He was being real bad. I understand that he was being real
He needs to
bad.
go to jail too, in my
Ann
opinion.
Nix lives here in the Ackles mobile home community off DeQuinder, the same place prosecutors say
That's it,
6-year-old
Desiree.
Giovanni Jennings suffered blunt force trauma to the abdomen and a perforated bowel after a lengthy period of confinement and child abuse.
When I was home the one day, I heard her reprimanding him, slapping him, with the belt.
She
Nix
needs
is
to go to jail.
adamant she was unaware. Prosecutor Karen McDonald charged her grandson, 32-year-old Daniel Giacchina, and the child's mother, 25-year-old Elena Jennings, with murder and first-degree child abuse until I told her. Did you see anything that made you think he was in danger?
No.
Photos taken during an autopsy in Wayne County revealed that Chulo had bruising and laceration on his entire body.
Police say a 911 call July 30th made by his mother led to him being found not breathing. He was pronounced dead a day later at the hospital.
Both Giacchina and Jennings would watch video clips of Chulo, quote, misbehaving, which would include Chulo trying to urinate, drink, or leave the corner.
Prosecutors say after initial charges of lying to police were filed, they discovered video evidence to show the boy was shot with a BB gun, confined to a bedroom wall using a staple gun, and that he began vomiting due to injuries.
Both Jennings and Giacchina laughed about the photo.
Now, she
And
lying.
Giacchina's use of the staple gun to solve, quote, the problem. The abuse involved physical violence and assault, including shooting at Chulu with a BB gun. For punishment, Chulu was confined to a pen in a corner of Giacchina's and Jennings' bedroom.
Prosecutors add the mother lied, telling police the boy was with his biological father, who was in no way involved in this. Jolene Zidlowski lives next door and tells me she's simply in disbelief. To know that he was confined, allegedly, to a bedroom,
Yep.
unable to leave.
Oh, that's heartbreaking. And to know that there was torture, that boy was tortured, that's unfathomable. How can a mother do that to their kid? I discussed with him that
She's a
being
liar.
put in a corner for any great length of
In
time
my
was too
opinion.
much. Was enough. It wasn't, and that he needed mental health.
Now, in my opinion, that grandmother that's the boyfriend's grandmother, if I'm not mistaken. She's a liar. She was in that house. She knew that. She just sat there and told the newsman. She heard the wax with the belt. What? Really? Now, I won't go as far as to say that neighbor knew, but I'm going to tell you what. There's many a times I can hear my neighbors Y'all been outside with me in the meantime and have heard my neighbors. Y'all have heard my neighbors. Hey, PJ, welcome, welcome. So I don't feel bad one bit saying that grandma of the boyfriend lied. What's going on there? I mean, that is really crazy. That boy didn't deserve that. They say this is the worst case of child abuse they ever saw. They're saying a lot, and that's pretty bad. Now, they had a press conference. We'll watch that again in a minute. Or we'll watch that in a minute. I apologize. Welcome to everybody coming in. Yeah, I can't believe the neighbor didn't see that or hear it. And plus, it was a mobile home. Those things are pretty thin, and they're close together. That's just my opinion. Hey, sweet tea. Exactly. I mean, you're going to hear a lot more, and it gets discussed. It's very bad. That's why I say it's very triggering. It's very triggering, to say the least. It's horrific. I say it's bullcrap also. I want to call it. They're calling it horrific. This is a huge trigger warning again. And no one under 18 should be in here listening. That's just my opinion. And I wouldn't trust the headphones because little kids can be nosy Rosie. I was one of those kids, I know. I'm just saying. Sweet tea and sunflowers, welcome, welcome, honey. Welcome. But that's just, they said he was abused so bad that he was kept in a pen and he was stapled to a wall, honey. He was stapled to a wall. And that ain't even it. They said it was so bad. They put his little head in the corner, imagine in the pen, in the corner where he couldn't see, and stapled him where his head, went in the corner. Unreal, to force it to the corner. And he was badly injured. Yeah, PJ, this is very triggering. It gets worse. It honestly gets worse. Nobody helped him. I think Dolly will want to look at this because this is really bad. Nobody helped him. And it gets, the twist, they try to blame it on somebody else. Falsely accused. We'll get there. They have amended these charges to murder, first-degree murder, and first-degree child abuse in the first degree. Yep, Tiffany, that's what I said. Just when you think in your life you've seen it all. I've seen, even growing up, some very bad things. I've talked about, I remember when I was little, the little girl, look, I won't even go there. They put her in a microwave, oven, and all kinds of, this is bad, y'all. Very triggering. But this was on July 30th, 2024, just a few days ago. The call was made to 911 saying that her 6-year-old son, who's now passed away, she said, her name is Elaine Jennings, said her 6-year-old son has passed out and is unconscious. So at that point, my understanding was 911 came, they got him to the hospital, Sometimes they do that with people. If they're not equipped at that hospital or whatever, they'll send them, like Nashville, for example, they get them somewhere and then they have to send them to Vanderbilt Children's Hospital or whatever, just say, for example, that. So they had to get him transferred to another hospital. Well, he survived, or should I say he suffered until July 31st at midnight, and then he succumbed to his abuse. Let me put it that way. Although the doctors and the medical staff, this is my opinion, and everyone in the medical field, the EMTs, I'm just telling you, had done everything that they could to save this child. They did. I have no doubt about that. I have no doubt about that. But allegedly, thanks, this is my opinion, thanks to his mother, the one that was supposed to protect him and love him the most in this world, the one he trusted the most, with no reason to doubt that whatsoever. That sweet little boy's gone. He's gone. He's gone. And he's the very reason the mom and the boyfriend, is the very reason that these people will be scarred for their lifetime. These healthcare workers will be scarred for their lifetime. That could have been one less thing they could have been scarred for, in my opinion. He passed away again July 31st, 2024. So she thought she would not get in trouble. The mom thought she would not get in trouble. She told police, listen to this, y'all. She told police, had the audacity not only to lie to police, but she told police she was at work. That part I don't think was a lie, but she told police she was at work. And she left him with his bio dad, his father, and he was perfectly fine the last time she saw him. So the police come and they quickly arrested his father, which they should. Kudos to the police. I'm so glad they did. We know that police department's on their job. Thank God. Guess what? They later find out that was a lie. His father had been nowhere near him. Yes, PJ, the father had been nowhere near him at all. They made that up and was ready to throw the father under the bus. What? Make that make sense. It's one thing to lie to the cops to try to save your sorry ass, but you're going to try to blame it on a whole nother person that was not even there? I don't care if it was the dad or not. He wasn't even there. I mean, they wasn't that dumb, I don't think, to think that the cops wasn't going to find that one out, right? But he had alibis. Right? Zero evidence the father was around him that day. Now, he lived with his mother and the boyfriend's mother. Hello? And he lived with two other minor children. And they were there. God bless them children. So they know her and her boyfriend conspired now with each other to say it was the bio father. Yeah. Y'all, this is so disturbing and so disgusting. But wake up. This stuff happens. This is real life, and it happens. And it did happen. It gets worse. The boyfriend, anyway, he was the one that was there watching the little boy at the time. And guess what? Him and Mommy Dearest was sending photos back and forth. And this was going on for a long time. And the police now has phone evidence that Mom knew about this when she was gone. He would send her pictures. And even with the head in the corner of the pen stapled to the wall and all that. And he said, oh, I know how I can stop it now. And they would laugh about it in these text messages and in these pictures. And they would laugh about it. Thank you, Rhonda. Rhonda's the one that sent it to me today. Thank you, honey. I cannot believe this shit. When I really dug deep into it today, I just could not. Now, they say that the autopsy, they've been investigating this, and the autopsy, and you might want to put up another trigger warning. Just know, yes, it's a disgusting, she's an evil piece of shit. Now, the autopsy, come back. The autopsy, and I'll let her tell you, the press conference. The autopsy showed he had bruising and cuts on his entire body. Entire. Do you hear me? I mean, not just some, his entire body. So how in the world could anybody not see that? And that's why I'm telling you, this lady I just showed y'all, the grandmother of the boyfriend, is a liar. She's a liar. Hey, Ginger Snap, good to see you, honey. I was thinking about you today. I am Coyote. Hello. Everybody, welcome coming in. And I understand those news people have to be professional, but I looked her right in her straight in her eye and told her she was a damn liar. I'm sorry. This is where I got sick at. So again, trigger warning. He had cuts and bruises on the inside of his mouth, to his scalp, cheeks, inside of his cheeks. I'm just telling you, I'll stop there when I say his entire body. I mean his entire body. They also said they must have shot him with a BB gun, because he had a BB gun wound to his shin. At this point, does it really matter if they shot him with a BB gun or that was an accident? I don't think at that point it really makes a difference to y'all. I'm just saying. But yeah, he did that, because come to find out later, he did that to the kids, and come to find out later, after my researching, there was BB gun shots in the walls, and there was more guns involved, and there's other things with the other kids and stuff. So yeah, he did that too. Come to find out. Again, their cell phones prove this, prove the mom knows it. I don't know how in the heck she thought she was going to prove it on, or put this on the bio dad that wasn't even there or around, or put it on the garbage man, or Joe Blow for that matter, or Susie Lollipop down the drop, because dum-dums had laughed about the photos they had been sending back and forth while she was at work, what they were doing. They wasn't too good at that, was they? disgusting, vile, anything you can think of. It's probably not even in my vocabulary. There's not enough words for this POS. I know, Miss Ann, mine too. Mine too. Why? Why don't people leave kids alone? Period. If you don't want them, or they get too big and they're not cute like little puppies anymore, and people get rid of their dogs, go give them to somebody. Take them and drop them off, adopt them, whatever. Just say, I don't want them anymore. They grew up, they're ugly. I don't want them. They're too much trouble. Hell, you'd probably go to jail for 2 or 3 days opposed to whatever. It is disgusting. What is wrong with these people? They also used black curtains to black out the room and the light for this child, so he could not see. One time he did, before they pinned him up and stapled him to the wall, which there's staple marks in the walls and everything. And they stapled him to the wall so he couldn't move. And again, where his head was in the corner, so they would staple him. Imagine me in this corner right here, stapling a child's head and stuff to the wall. That's what they did to this boy. Anyway, because he got in trouble because he looked out the window. And then they had cameras on him so they could send out clips and send them back and forth to each other's phones and watch him if he tried to eat or move or all the shenanigans. Sarah said, how does that even work? Well, you tell me, honey. I don't know. I've never stapled a kid to a wall before, and I don't never intend on doing it. But evidently it was done. And evidently the staples was in the wall, and evidently he was hurt from it. I couldn't think of no crap like that, to be honest with you. Not in my wildest dreams. Not in my wildest dreams. This is so sick and twisted. Yeah, sometimes you got to put when you're doing this, unfortunately, you got to put your mind as the criminal or criminal. You got to kind of step in their shoes and stuff. But this, I couldn't even tell you how that was done. I couldn't. That's one thing I'll never be as a child abuser. I can't. Hey, GB, hello. Yeah, these evildoers, and that's why when they go to jail, they get hurt or they don't come out alive, because that's one thing. Most people can tolerate anything or forgive anything. But when it comes to a child, there's no excuse for it. I don't give a damn. There's no excuse. I know, Tam. Just wait. Just wait, honey. Just wait. Just wait. In 2 of the photos that the police have, it shows 2 of the other children were given a gun. I forgot what they're called, air guns, or let's see. Well, they had the air guns, but I forgot what the other ones. You'll hear it. Air guns, BB guns, and I think there was something else. Don't quote me on that. We'll hear it. But two of the kids, other children, had guns, pointed it towards one of the other children. Oh yeah, they shot GB. They shot this little boy in the shin. This cray. But they pointed it. There's 2 kids in the picture that pointed the gun, and I don't know which gun, to another child, had it pointed towards another child. They also fully neglected the other children in the home. The one, I think it was a boy, but the other child, one of the other children was 4 years old. Okay, the 4-year-old child, they took this place. It's called the Care House in Michigan. So just in case, FYI, you don't know what that is, the Care House is like a children's advocacy, like that's what we know as Children Advocacy Center. And that's like they work with the DCF or CPS or whatever they call it there, Department of Human Services, and they work with the little children. And so what they did was, it's called the Care House. So they took this four-year-old kid over to them. And so they worked with him, and they asked him, they got him to talk to them. And he told them, yes, the boyfriend, has shot him before with the BB gun, and he showed where he shot him at. I don't think it was him in the buttocks, but others had got shot in the buttocks, it said, and told how they played with the guns and stuff. And of course, they did find the BB holes in the walls and stuff. SL, so good to see you, honey. Trina, everybody coming in. Judy, everybody. Good to see you. But they're, they are arrested and went to court. And of course, they're being held on no bond. Now, what we're going to do, let's watch this short news clip first. I don't think this is the one I played. Let me see. Hold on. I forgot to share it. Let's see if I can. I don't think this is the one I just played. Let's see. We'll just play the press conference because the others not coming up. Hold on a minute. What is it doing? Not showing a picture. Oh, hold on. Why is it not showing the picture?
Oakland County Prosecutor Karen McDonald.
Okay.
Good afternoon. I would like to introduce members of my staff. To my left is Sarah Green. She's the chief of the Special Victims Unit. Assistant Prosecutor Lauren Benninger. She is also in the Special Victims Unit. Kelly Collins is our chief of juvenile. Betsy Haig is our chief of administration and oversees the juvenile division. Mark Keese is our chief of circuit. And this is, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Chief Brent Lemarice, Madison Heights Police Department. Thank you.
Thank you. The victim in this case is Giovanni Jennings, known by his family as Chulo. Chulo was 6 years old, and he died from blunt force trauma to his abdomen and perforated bowel after a lengthy period of confinement and abuse. The Wayne County Medical Examiner determined that the manner of death was homicide. Last week, my office filed charges against his mother, Elena Jennings, and her boyfriend, Daniel Giacchina, for lying to the police, and additional charges against defendant Giacchina for improperly possessing weapons and ammunition because he was already a convicted felon. But it was clear from the evidence that we saw that there was a pattern of abuse that led to Chulo's death. My office, in conjunction with the Madison Heights Police Department, has spent the last week performing an intensive review of every piece of available evidence, including cell phone evidence, photos, and evidence that was seized in search warrants. Combined, we have spent over 100 hours reviewing extremely disturbing videos and photos, as well as text messages and Facebook chats describing the horrific things that happened to this 6-year-old boy. Everyone standing up here, including myself, were a part of those 100 hours of review.
Put up
His
the fair
siblings
use. I don't know how to
present
stop it, y'all.
and
You know
witnessed
that.
much of that abuse. A complete review of the digital evidence continues. Chulo's 4-year-old brother was interviewed at Care House. For those of you who don't know, Care House is a child advocacy center in Oakland County. My office has an experienced prosecutor dedicated to Care House and who attends forensic interviews there, and that's Lauren Benninger. I cannot express the importance of Care House and how fortunate we
Yes,
are in
no.
this county to have this highly qualified professional organization who interview and provide therapy for child victims. I also want to thank the Oakland County Sheriff's Department who assisted in this investigation. As we carefully sifted through the evidence, what we found can only be described as horrific. The allegations are that Chulo was confined to a pen in the defendant's bedroom. He was beaten. He was bound to the wall by using a staple gun to his close to the wall, which forced his face into a corner. He was badly injured, but he was not taken for medical treatment because his mother knew that a medical examination would reveal the abuse. And that information is all an allegation.
know she was a cult
on the
eventually?
Based on that additional evidence today, my office amended the charges against the defendants to include murder and child abuse in the first degree. On July 30th, 2024, at 2:34 p.m., Elena Jennings called 911 to her home and indicated
No, she gets upset. Somebody didn't turn their phone off.
that her 6-year-old son was passed out and unconscious. Chulo was rushed by ambulance to Ascension Macomb Oakland Hospital, transferred to the Detroit Medical Center, and ultimately succumbed to his injuries around midnight on July 31st. The allegations are that Jennings falsely told police that she left Chulo with his biological father when she went to work that morning, and that Chulo was uninjured prior to being with his father. Police located and arrested Chulo's father, and based on information provided by his father, subsequent investigation quickly revealed that the child's father was not anywhere near Chulo's location that day. And
See,
that
she
defendant
lied.
Jennings provided false information to police. There is no evidence that Chulo's father took part in these crimes.
Never
Elena
mind.
Jennings,
Awesome.
along with Chulo and her 2 other minor children, living at the home
guys.
along with Jennings' boyfriend, defendant Daniel Giacchina, and Giacchina's grandmother. Further investigation revealed that Giacchina and Jennings conspired to falsely tell police that it was Chulo's biological father who was last with Chulo. In fact, when Jennings left the home on the morning of July 30th, Chulo was left in the care of Giacchina. Giacchina typically watched Chulo when Jennings was at work, along with Chulo's 2 younger siblings and another unrelated 5-year-old. Photos taken during an autopsy in Wayne County revealed that Chulo had bruising and laceration on his entire body, including his scalp, temples, lips, inner mouth, cheeks, forehead, chin, shoulder, forearms, fingers, thumbs, back, buttocks, inner thighs, knees, and shins. Notably, Chulo had pervasive bruising to his abdomen, which was also bloated and extended. He had an apparent BB wound to his shin. First responders and emergency room personnel noted extensive external injuries as well. Cell phone evidence has revealed that Chulo Jennings was being severely abused by the defendants. Chulo was beaten by Giacchina on multiple occasions. While that abuse sometimes happened while Jennings was at work, Jennings was aware of it and approved of the physical assaults, and at times even encouraged Giacchina to abuse Chulo.
She encouraged
involved
him.
physical violence and assault,
See that?
including shooting at Chulo with a BB gun. For punishment, Chulo was confined to a pen in a corner of Giacchina's and Jennings' bedroom, where he was left to try and sleep on a wooden slat measuring 11 inches by 36 inches. A black curtain was put in place so Chulo couldn't see out, and barricades were used to keep him in place. Giacchina purchased a home security system and mounted a camera on the wall to monitor what he and Jennings called, quote, the corner, the pen in the bedroom cordoned by the black curtain where they kept Chulo. Both Giacchina and Jennings would watch video clips of Chulo, quote, misbehaving, which would include Chulo trying to
How could he
urinate
misbehave?
or leave the corner.
He was
On one instance,
he
in
was
July
stable most of the
26th, Giacchina
time.
bound Chulo to the wall to keep Chulo confined in the corner and to position his head to face the wall. He did so by stapling the clothing Chulo was wearing to the wall with a staple gun. He texted Jennings that he had solved the problem of keeping Chulo's face toward the wall, sending her a photo of Chulo stapled into the corner of the pen. That photo.
We'll take a little break.
But we begin tonight with what is being called one of the worst cases of child abuse and murder that prosecutors say they have.
I don't know what I did.
Good afternoon. The
Oh,
prosecutor
Lord.
will update.
But he was not taken for medical treatment because his mother knew.
To get to that breaking news, a pursuit underway.
Hold on a minute.
Get to that breaking news, a pursuit underway. LAPD officers chasing a suspect. And you see it right now there, South Alameda Street and Nadal Street in East LA. Not going terribly fast at the moment.
Good afternoon. The prosecutor will update everyone on additional.
All right, we'll get back to it in a minute. I was going to give y'all a little break though. But I'll get back to it and find where I need to go. But because that is a lot. It is a lot. Y'all do need to take a break probably. That's why I say, as Francisco, that, in my opinion, that grandmother of that boyfriend, that she lived there. She lived in the same thing. She said, I could hear the whack of the belt or whatever. But I don't think that, I told him sometimes it was a little too much to keep him grounded sometimes. What? That lady, I'm sorry. I respect my elders, but I don't respect her. She's lying. She is lying. That lady lied. See, that's why I tell y'all, God has me here, using my mouth here, and not out in some of these positions. I couldn't deal with it. That lady's lying. And I'm not going to say for sure that the neighbor didn't know, but then the neighbor that they interviewed, I'm surprised she allegedly did not know. And again, I haven't heard anything. He was 6. So did this just happen? Did this just start happening? I mean, it had to go on for a while. I know it's been summer months. Did it just happen over the summer? Did it ever happen while he was in school? Hey, Justice Jane. Good to see you. Because sometimes I forget we were in the summer months, and then did he go to kindergarten? Did he go to a preschool? And besides that, if he didn't, wouldn't it be easier if you just want time away from your child to put your child into a daycare or something? I know some people can't afford it, but I don't understand. Hey, Barb, welcome. All right, let's go back. Let me see if I can get it to. Hold on a minute. To the right place again. I'm so sorry. Hold on.
thank the Oakland County Sheriff's Department who assisted in this investigation. As we carefully sifted through the evidence, what we found can only be described as horrific. The allegations are: today, my office amended the charges against the defendants to include murder and child abuse in the first degree. And Jennings conspired to falsely tell police that it was Chulo's biological father who work. Jennings was aware of it and approved of the physical assaults, and at times even encouraged Giacchina to abuse Chulo.
We'll go
The
there.
abuse involved physical violence and assault, including shooting at Chulo with a BB gun. For punishment, Chulo was confined to a pen in a corner of Giacchina's and Jennings' bedroom, where he was left to try and sleep on a wooden slat measuring 11 inches by 36 inches.
Yeah,
A
that's
black curtain was put in place so Chulo couldn't see out, and barricades were used to keep him in place. Giacchina purchased a home security system and mounted a camera on the wall to monitor what he and Jennings called, quote, the corner, the pen in the bedroom cordoned by the black curtain where they kept Chulo. Both Giacchina and Jennings would watch video clips of Chulo, quote, misbehaving, which would include Chulo trying to urinate, drink, or leave the corner. On one instance, on July 26, Giacchina bound Chulo to the wall to keep Chulo confined in the corner and to position his head to face the wall. He did so by stapling the clothing Chulo was wearing to the wall with a staple gun. He texted Jennings that he had solved the problem of keeping Chulo's
solved the
face
problem.
toward the wall, sending her a photo of Chulo stapled into the corner of the pen. That photo shows the shoulders of Chulo's shirt stapled to the edges of the corner in such a manner that Chulo's body, along with his head and face, were wedged into the corner of the wall. Both Jennings and Giacchina laughed about the photo and Giacchina's use of the staple gun to solve, quote, the problem. According to the text, Chulo was being punished in this manner for looking out the window in the pen area. A search conducted in the home in the pen area where Chulo was kept revealed marks in the walls consistent with a staple gun and holes in the wall with BBs still in them. During the search, police seized both a staple gun, a BB gun, and CO2 cartridges before the BB gun. They also seized a 9mm semi-automatic ghost gun and over 100 rounds of live 9mm ammunition. A photograph recovered from the cell phone analysis depicts Giacchina in the middle of two young children who are handling the ghost gun and the BB gun. On July 26, a photo from Jennings' phone depicts two children who are each pointing a gun at a third child. The third child has his hand up, and the laser from the ghost gun is illuminating his hand. Elena Jennings' 4-year-old son was forensically interviewed at Care House. He told the forensic interviewer that, quote, Danny Giacchina shot him in the leg with a BB gun and showed his wound to the forensic interviewer. He also disclosed that Danny shot Chulo in the buttocks with the BB gun. The 4-year-old explained that on the day of Chulo's death, quote, Chulo died all day, and Danny was there. Defendant Elena Jennings was interviewed by police, and she stated that Giacchina punched Chulo in the abdomen several times, approximately 3 days prior to his death.
It's okay.
She
Wait,
told
I
police that as a
understand.
result of those punches, Chulo began vomiting. His condition began to worsen until July 30th, when she found him unresponsive in the company of Giacchina. Jennings admitted that she knew Chulo desperately needed medical attention, but she did not take him to the hospital because she knew the medical examination would reveal the abuse he was suffering.
Giovanni,
The investigation also revealed that Jennings and Giacchina were present and living in the family home the entire time that the known abuse was sustained by Chulo. After the autopsy, the Wayne County Medical Examiner issued a supplemental report indicating that Chulo Jennings died
Giovanni
as a
Jennings.
result of a bowel perforation with complications after blunt force trauma to his abdomen. All children have a right to grow up in a home free of fear. This child and his siblings suffered unimaginable abuse and lived in fear every day. My office and the Madison Heights Police Department are committed to using every resource available to us to get justice for Chulo and hold the people responsible for his death accountable and to seek punishment that reflects the horror of his death. And I want to thank the Madison Heights Police Department for their commitment and conviction in carrying out a
Thank you,
very
Justice Jane.
complicated investigation. And I'd like to turn it over.
Yeah, you take a break too, not crazy. It's okay. I think anybody needs to. Millie, any of y'all.
Thank you, Karen.
I think I got it. I don't think anybody's going to be trolling bad in here
So-
today. Not if they got a
Good
heart.
afternoon, members of the press. For those who don't know me, my name is Brent Lemarise, and again, I'm the police chief for the city of Madison Heights. I'm not to be too redundant, but I'm going to speak a little bit on some of the things that Karen already said, but I'm going to be very short. So as you know, the Madison Heights Police Department and the Madison Heights Fire Department responded to the residence of 6-year-old victim, Chulo Giovanni Jennings, on July 30th, 2024. This was the first time we encountered Giovanni and learned about his failing condition. The first responders took life-saving measures, but unfortunately, Giovanni eventually succumbed to his injuries. Officers moved quickly to obtain probable cause, and they made 3 arrests on the date of the incident. One individual, as Karen had stated previously, was released when it was determined he had an alibi, and he was turned over to another agency on separate violations. The other 2 individuals, as you now know, are Elena Jennings and Daniel Giacchina, and they were charged with lying to the police. And Daniel Giacchina had a pre-existing warrant for weapons-related offenses out of Madison Heights. Since the arraignment on those charges, the Madison Heights investigative team, in coordination with the Oakland County Prosecutor's Office and their investigators, have been working around the clock to uncover fresh evidence that has led to new charges introduced today.
Me too, Black Skies.
I would like to give a special thank you to all of them for their hard work. With that said, I want to remain focused on Giovanni and the tragic situation he had to endure. We will continue to work with the prosecutor's office to build this case and provide that justice for Giovanni. Thank you.
We can take a few questions with the understanding that we're very limited in what we can say.
Prosecutor, had anyone reported any of this abuse to CPS? Do you, as parents, speak to the extreme nature of this abuse?
I can't comment on whether.
I wanted to know if anybody's ever called CPS or anything before.
We are all mandated
Not commenting on that.
immediately contact CPS because that's our job. I'm a former family court judge and presiding over an abuse and neglect docket. I've been a prosecutor for years and the elected prosecutor for 4. And I think everyone standing up here has decades and decades of experience in prosecuting, particularly in the Special Victims Unit. But this was one of the worst cases we've seen.
Hey, Shrimp.
There's a lot that can be done. And without going into the circumstances of this case, we need to know and keep track of our children. We need to know and keep track of our children who are enrolled in public schools, and when they are taken out, inquire about what happened to them. And then the people around kids, whether you're a neighbor, a teacher, a coach, just somebody in the grocery store line, if you see something.
So many people would have. There's so many other things you can do.
And in terms of the weapons offenses, your guns should be secured, stored, and locked, and not available or children have access to them at all.
It's hard for a lot of people to imagine abuse on this scale. Can you talk about your reaction as a parent when you first looked at this case?
We have so many tools available to us now in the digital forensic analysis, particularly with cell phones. And so, unfortunately or fortunately, crimes like these oftentimes are depicted, photographed, spoken about in a way that is horrifying. So I think it doesn't matter how long you do this job. I don't think any of us ever stop being extremely moved and horrified at what we see. But it also, I know I can speak for people on my team. makes us more passionate and work harder to protect vulnerable
You mean
Anything else?
at home?
Indicate that both
I'm
defendants
confused.
arraigned this morning in front of Magistrate Michael Mitchell. Bond was denied, and they're both at the Oakland County Jail. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are you talking about because of? It looks like she was a nurse, right? Are you seeing what I was seeing?
Get to that breaking news. A pursuit underway. LAPD officers chasing a suspect, and you see it right now there, South Alameda Street and Maddow Street in.
That's what I was seeing, in my opinion too. Why is it still going? Stop. What in the heck? Sorry. Oh my God. I got everything up here. Bunch of junk mail. Oh my God. I took myself off screen. I was like, oh my God, did I click out of there? I don't know. I had everything but the right thing up there. I'm here, Lord. I don't know. I was clicking all kinds of buttons. Anyway, but yeah, I don't know if that's her on the Facebook thing. When years ago, I guess she had experience in a hospital or something. I don't know. Look, I don't know. I don't know too. Like the woman is speaking as the district attorney. Yeah. I know. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. It's wild. But they said they charged her with now they've amended it and they've charged her and the boyfriend with first degree murder and first degree child abuse. And they're on a hey Roxy, they're being held without bond right now. I don't know when they go back to court or any of that. So I don't know. Hey, Misinformation. Hello. I want to see if I can look up the mom, or let's see, because I got the one right here, but let's see. I want to see. Okay. This was 22 hours ago. Let's see what this one says. Oh, here's the mom right here. There's the mom. I know it'll show me the boyfriend. And here's the boyfriend. He, and he's kind of, look, he's kind of smiling in that picture. What is so damn, what? Okay, and so he's the one that texted the mother and said he solved the problem of keeping the boy's face in the corner and stapling his clothes he was wearing to the wall, and sent her a photo of it. And she just thought that was funny. I was trying to see when they may have went to or go back to court or anything. I don't want to see them. I want to see him. Oh, here we go. I want to see the little boy. Yeah, they just got charged. This just happened on July 30th. No, this just happened. The little boy just died on July 31st. So they're just in jail without no bond right now. Hey, Mama Bear. Has anybody got a picture of the little boy? I don't see it on here. I see them. I don't want to see them. Then I see the press conference. I see these two idiots. Go to the next page. Oh, I know what I can do. Hold on a minute. No, when I pull up his name, when I even pull up his stuff, I'm pulling up their freaking picture. I don't want their picture. Maybe this is his picture in the middle of it. Yeah, but you can barely see it. You can barely see him in that one. I don't know, but I know one thing. You can't tell me that grandmother of that's what gets me. You can't tell me she did not know. But she heard the belt and stuff, but she didn't know. No, I ain't buying that. I ain't buying it. Everything been going with you? Good with you, Mama Bear? And SL, everybody. But yeah, y'all can go look that up. They just said it's the worst case they ever seen, at least there. And man, I hate it. I hope he gets. Well, I know he will. He has to have more peace now than he did here on this earth. That's for sure. And I'm sure that they'll get theirs right, one way or another. And if not on this earth, somewhere. No, they're in custody. They're in jail now, Miss Ann, but they didn't get no bail. They're in jail. Yeah, they're in jail, but they haven't went to trial yet. They're in custody. They're not going to get out of jail anytime soon. They're not giving them any bond or anything. So there's that. I just hope nothing ever happens like that again. Just when you think it can't get worse, something like this comes along, right? And if anything can get worse than that, I don't want to see it. I hope it don't pop up to me. What's wrong with Roxy? Did I miss something? Oh, are you still having? Girl, from the other day when I talked, you need to go have that checked. If you're still having those, please go get those checked. Roxy? And Miss Ann, please say prayers for Miss Ann. Again, for those that coming in, Her surgery's coming up pretty soon. She's terrified. And now we need prayers for Roxy because she's still having migraines. She needs to go get checked out. You're going Monday for blood work. Good, good. Yeah, please have them checked out. You know your body don't stop. Make sure that they do something. Get an MRI like SL saying. Please. You know your body better than they do. But yeah, I wanted to bring y'all this, and again, I hope I don't have to bring y'all nothing as horrible anymore. And it is what it is. But y'all really, y'all check out that book if you haven't checked it out. Randy Pouch, Last Lecture. And again, it's quite, you probably get it for pretty cheap now. You probably get to hear it, on Kindle or something if you have that free or have any credits or anything. But it's a very good book, and I suggest it. And, go listen. Go listen. Again, we can't change the cards we're dealt, but it just depends on how we play them, right? How we play the hand. And that goes in life. It goes in these cases. It goes in, your personal life. It goes in your finances. It goes in everything you do. And I think that's the best quote I've ever heard in my life. And go look up his book if you haven't read it. He was a professor. He died of cancer. He was very smart. He wrote this book when he died, or before he died. He knew he was dying. And I just think everybody should read it, And I went all these years saying that, and I still say that. Let me see what Billy's got me here. Uh-oh. There he is. Okay, Millie. Thank you. This is him. This is the little boy. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my. How in the world? How could anybody hurt a child so sweet as that? What in the world? How could you hurt anybody, but much less? What goes through these people's minds? What goes through these people's minds? Yeah, Miss Ann, he is in custody. The man and the mother is in custody. So hopefully I hope they never get out of custody. I hope they never have no bond. I think they ought to take that grandmother too. Maybe they will. I know. And he's so sweet. Look at that. It's evil, just pure evil. This little boy right here, his name was Giovanni Jennings, and they say it's the worst case of child abuse ever. And it was from Michigan, and he passed away, or he was, done like that, October, listen to me, July 30th of this year. But he had to suffer until July 31st. He succumbed to that at midnight on July 31st. And if you rewind this and you go back, I played the press conference, but if you go back and you listen, no, it is a trigger warning. And I mean, this is a doozy right here, to say the very least. To say the very least. Yeah, hopefully not, SL. Oh, hold on, where are we at? And this is the name again. Thank you for that. And there, I mean, and you don't have to watch mine. You can rewind it or whatever, but you can look it up. There's a news conference on it. There's news stories on it. There's all kinds of things. It's just bad. It's bad. It's like, what in the world? So I wanted to bring that to you. So hold on. Around the same age, babies, it's so much harder to hear. I know. Yeah, see, I can't do Michael Monkeys at all because he reminds me so much of my grandson. I can't, and I could not, and so I understand when people wanted to leave because I couldn't even stay through the first few parts of the press conference. And I'll pass this picture out every now and then, stuff like that. But I just can't. And Brandy knows. We've talked about it, and so does she's been on here on my show, but we've talked about it. And it triggers me a lot because my grandson, they made him walk home from school, and it's just an ordeal. But I can't. And so I understand. There's just it makes it harder. And although Sebastian, he reminds me of my son. I mean, it's my son is older now, and so, but I can look back, and see the resemblance and stuff like that. But it's just when they do remind you, it's hard, and it's hard to watch, and it's hard to think, how could somebody do this? Because, you wonder that anyway, but it's like, and it makes you sick to your core. What kind of information do you have? Let me get that out of the way. Hold on. I'm hitting all kinds, because I'm getting pop-ups. I'm having all kinds of wrong buttons. I'm hitting all kinds of wrong buttons here. Where did that go? Justin might be live. Yeah, he hadn't been in here. He might be on Clutches and Pearls. I didn't look to see who was going live or anything like that. Yeah, there's a wood block sculpture because it shows someone that gets in childhood can be prison for kids. Yeah. Yeah, Justin may be live. Let me look. I don't even know. He could be live. I didn't look. I'm fixing to get off here now. We used to all kind of look and all that, but we really don't no more because with Sebastian's case, everybody's working it, and we're just also busy. There's just so many
Sebastian's case
working it. We're just we don't have time. We don't have time. There's not enough. There's too many people working it. We don't have enough time in a day to see who's doing what. You know what I'm saying? But normally it is it's a nice courtesy thing or whatever. But it is what it is. I don't care. I don't, people can go live when I'm live. That's not what I'm here for. I mean, I would like when I'm for Sebastian and these other kids that are missing at the time. It's nice to get it out and people to watch and click the thumbs up. I used to didn't care about that, but I realize now that gets it out and more people get to see the message. So make sure that you do click it. And, because somebody told me, stop saying that, Smiley. Okay, so I didn't realize why, but that is why. So make sure you click the thumbs up and it does get out. But to me, I appreciate everybody that comes in here. And even if they come in here after the fact and rewatch it or replay or whatever, as long as they see it, that's fine with me. It don't have to be on a live and all that stuff. I don't, that's fine. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I want you to know that. As long as it gets the information out, or you hear about these kids or what's going on in this world and get the message, that's fine with me. I appreciate you, all of you. But I don't, I could be wrong again, but let's see if he's on. That's what I want to see. Justin. I don't see Clutch Them Pearls are not on right now, but he's got 3 channels. Bless his heart. He works so, and when and it's not easy like y'all think, especially if you got 3 channels. Hey, Sweet Tea's not on. I don't see he's on right now, but he could be. There's no telling what he could be doing. He hadn't been in here though. He could have just got off alive. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? But I thank y'all, and I won't keep you on here and tie up your day. No, he's not live right now. Thank you, Millie. But does anybody, I don't know. If anybody else is going live, just let them know, and y'all go check them out, I guess. Go check them out. I don't mind that. I'm not going to pound you, especially if it's good people. As long as it's not none of the haters. Smiley, thank God. I hope they never get out either. He is handsome. I know, Miss Ann. I know. And hopefully, they'll get served what they're deserved. I mean, a long time in prison, or, they got it on first degree now. First degree usually is open to DP, so I don't know. Exactly, Millie. Exactly. Thank you. Wait, what? Got to leave out of here smiling. Thank you. Thank you for sticking around. I know it was not an easy live, for y'all to sit through and hear. In fact, one of my mods was this is around the time she has a hard time and of year. And I text her, I'm like, you might want to set this one out for real. So, yeah, we never know what people's going through, and just be kind. We never know, and hey, Tori, just be kind, be good, be kind. And that's all we can do. And as far as these kids, just keep awareness out for them, and, do what you know to do best. That's all you can do. And maybe I won't fall asleep tonight. I know, Millie. I didn't set up a live, but I told Millie and them I'll probably come on. And Sarah's last night, and I fell asleep. I got to watching some General Hospital. I try to catch up on it every now and then. Sometimes 2 or 3 of them, and I fell asleep. I told Sarah this morning, I'm like, whoops, I fell asleep. She's like, yeah, me and Millie was looking for you last night. She said, well, she didn't have nothing scheduled. I'm like, one of those nights I fell asleep. So. I'm sorry. So I ain't gonna tell y'all no more. I'll just come on here and go, surprise, surprise. Also, why not give kids? Exactly. Oh, I do want to address that a minute. Why not just give him to the bio dad? But what does she do? What does she do? Hey, Robin. She don't not only give him to the bio dad, She tries to pin the whole entire thing on the bio dad. Not only does she pin the whole thing on the bio dad, her and the boyfriend, not only is she lying to the cops, but they go out and arrest him, and he ain't even been nowhere near the little boy. That's what's so sickening. Now, I will say this. I did look at one video. I want to say February. Don't quote me on this. I think it was February. Somebody said they saw the little boy, but it was his stepdad, not the daddy. So she must have been married to another man that was the stepdaddy, and I think the little girl's real dad. And he said he was a good little boy. And February, or one of them months back on, was the last time he saw him. You know? So I guess she was just bed hopping and hopping all over the place. Freaking. Oh. And what did it say about this guy? Have her out working, staying home, abusing these kids, or especially him. They're going to pin this whole thing on. I mean, wasn't he out having a job? Look, I don't know. Pretty bad. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to go for real this time. But yeah, y'all pray for Miss Ann. Everything will be okay. Don't be scared, Miss Ann. He had a warrant. Yeah, he already had felony charges on him, I believe. I don't know what they were for, but that's what that lady said too. The DA. I don't know. Good question. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all on the flip side. God willing, and the creek don't rise. See you later. All right. Bye.